to Shira.
Hello everyone, welcome to the new episode of Shira. Welcome Andrew.
Great to see you.
Hi. Tell us about yourself, how you started your career and then what career movement you made over the years.
Actually, I started my career in law. I was a partner of a couple of major law firms, including a Hong Kong-based law firm, Deakins. So about half of my career I was in law, and then I moved on to the investment side and finance side, initially with UBS, managing a global infrastructure fund, and 10 years ago to MA Financial.
Why do you change? Why do you move to MA Financials? Was it a good move?
I've never looked back. No, it's been a very successful and happy move. I felt the law was really good experience, and I used those skills day to day in my job, but I was more interested on the investment side than the legal side.
So talking about, you mentioned before when we were discussing, so you said this is a very good career move for you, and then coming from a UBS, a very large financial institution, moving to, at a time MA was quite smallest, was just like a startup in Australia.
Yes.
And then you literally built it from the ground up. It was like your baby, the asset management team. So that was a bold move. But then
it was very bold looking back.
Yeah.
At UBS, I had a very senior position in a major global firm, but I wanted something that had more challenge, where I could be more entrepreneurial.
So how long has it been now?
It's been 10 years.
10
in fact,
years.
10 years this month.
All right, okay, yeah, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, so tell us about some significant, investments or significant stories of these 10 years, how, from day one, how you get here, yeah.
Probably the most significant strategic move is that we knew that there was significant demand from high net wealth investors out of China to invest in Australia. And really no Australian financial services firm had made that level of commitment to that market. And whilst it was in some ways an unusual place to start a business, strategically it was significant. The size of the high net wealth market in China is of a scale that ironically had not been touched by Australian firms. So that was quite significant.
So from the investor's perspective, you've brought in lots of investors coming to Australia. So there must be some interesting stories, for you to interact with these investors.
A lot of fun stories and interesting stories. What I love dealing with the Chinese high net wealth client is they're very smart, hard-working, entrepreneurial people. So we talk about the size of the capital pool that it's brought to Australia, but more importantly, it's been the talent and the entrepreneurial and business talent. But I've been amazed by the success stories. At times, some of the success stories make me cry, in terms of people who have started with nothing and built amazing business empires, whether it be in property, construction, manufacturing, and increasingly, of course, in technology.
And I think through them you see the growth of China as well. How they built their wealth is like mini stories of the success of China. Yeah.
Oh, look, we've been exposed to a lot of stories, and as I say, some of the people we've met on the journey who have become great clients, investors, and friends has been an amazing experience.
So what are the key factors that Chinese investors they care about?
Look, fundamentally, Chinese investors investing in Australia, it's part of a broader wealth diversification strategy. Any smart investor doesn't want to put all of their eggs in one basket. So whether you're based in China, the US, or Australia, it's a smart investment strategy to put part of your investments in another country. So with that in mind, in terms of Australia, Chinese investors, initially, because they are learning the market, understanding the regulations, tend to be reasonably conservative. So, a focus of a smart Chinese investor is all about capital protection. That's very important. As they become more familiar with Australia, perhaps they're going to take more risk, but fundamentally it's capital protection. What that means is they're big investors in commercial real estate and big investors in credit are the two main asset classes.
Andrew, so of all the financial institutions, what makes MA Financials unique or different?
Yeah, what makes us special is that we are entrepreneurial. And a key element of that is that 30% of our company is owned by management and staff. So we're very aligned to the outcomes of our investors.
So do you think the transparency of being an ASX listed company help you manage investment relations?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, it's very important to our investors to know that we are a company of financial substance, that our financials are transparent through reporting through the ASX, and we have strong governance. So there's some significant advantages in being listed on the ASX, which are very attractive to our clients.
Do the Chinese investors tell you, whether that factor is something they care about?
Oh, certainly a factor. It just gives them greater confidence about us as a manager.
Yeah. So you've been to China how many times?
I've been to China. I've given up counting. I think over 50 times I've been to China.
How many cities can you count?
I've been to 30 different cities,
Wow.
which is extraordinary over my time.
Yeah, you've been to more Chinese cities than I do. Yes, okay. So some interesting or memorable stories in China, your interactions with either the government, the investors, clients?
Lots of memorable and fun stories, lots of fascinating dining experiences. It's fair to say I've experienced some cuisine that I would not have experienced if I'd been to China. Some interesting stories around, for example, I'd never eaten chili scorpion. I'd never eaten crocodile paw. I'd never eaten bear paw. So I've had some really fascinating experience, and that's part of the fun and the joy of working in China.
And lots of Mai Tai?
Too much Mai Tai. Too much Mai Tai.
Yeah. So Andrew, what's MA's investment philosophy and the process?
The investment philosophy is fundamentally don't lose capital, and that goes to all of our strategies. The processes are quite different. We're what you call a diversified asset manager, so we invest in different asset classes from real estate, hospitality, credit, equities, bonds, and venture capital. So the investment process is a little bit different, but fundamentally it's anchored around very deep and extensive due diligence, whether that be on the business, on the legal side, on the management, but the heart of it is due diligence.
So do you think MA is more like a passive investment, like a passive investor, or you're more hands-on?
No, very hands-on, and that's a distinct part of our approach. For example, in hospitality, we own the hospitality platform, so we just don't invest in the real estate, we operate the assets. Equally, for example, we own a large portfolio of shopping malls. We acquired a business called RepPro, which actually does the hands-on, day-to-day management of the shopping malls. So we are very hands-on investors.
Given these portfolios, do you think during pandemic the business were affected?
They were in different ways. In shopping centres and hotels and pubs, they were shut down, so there was a big impact. But we're very fortunate that the financial performance has come back very strongly. And I put that partially down to supporting the people in the business. For example, we did not rationalise people, we did not lay off people, we continued to support the team. So that's allowed us to be in an even stronger position post the pandemic.
So where do you see the world or the market going to be post-pandemic in terms of your investment and portfolios?
Look, we'll continue the course. It's going to be the same strategy. It's going to be the same process. Clearly at the moment, there are macro factors impacting investments, whether it be COVID, whether it be geopolitical issues, but fundamentally our process and philosophy does not change.
All right, Andrew, this is a section where I got to ask fun questions for you to respond.
Okay, looking forward to it.
Merck or Tesla?
I think I'm Tesla because I like the green aspects and the electric aspects.
Ferrari or Lamborghini?
I think I'm Ferrari. I think it just has a little more style.
Omega, Rolex, or Richard Mille?
I think I'm a Rolex guy.
Cash, gold, or crypto?
It's got to be cash all day long.
Cash is the king.
Cash is the king.
Steve Jobs, Elon Musk, or Warren Buffett?
Warren Buffett. I like his old school investment style.
Tiger, dragon, or panda?
Oh, Panda, all day long. I joke, but my team and our clients call me the Panda. So, and here I am today with a Panda Hermes tie.
Hong Kong, Shanghai, or Beijing?
Oh, I love all three. Very hard to pick.
You have to pick one.
Probably on balance, Shanghai.
Why?
It's very international. It's very cosmopolitan.
I agree. Paris, London, or New York?
New York. I love the energy of New York. I've done a lot of time and a lot of business in New York. I love the energy.
Angelina Jolie or Jennifer Aniston?
Oh, that's tough. I think Angelina it'd be my pick.